All right, welcome back to the channel and welcome to Firebox Breaks. Ladies and gentlemen, if this is your first trip to the channel, welcome, because we have a very cool video for you, and this one comes to us by way of Julie Farnum right there, a gift box. Now, I opened up the top there just to see what is going to be presented from this box, and of course, anyone that knows, when you get a package from Julie Farnum, you're going to get some pretty cool PC power. You're going to get some massive content and some fire all the way from none other than Julie Farnum. So we opened up just slightly and I see that there is another envelope in there. It's pretty thick, and there's some other how do you say it, some good stuff. I am doubling my words because it looks pretty cool there. But before we get there, why don't we change it up? Let's do a little bit of showcase as Julie Farnum would. Now, if you don't know by now, Julie Farnum is a big supporter of the Minnesota Wild, a big fan, so why not showcase some wild cards right there? That is Nordy. That is the mascot for the Wild. Nordy right there, pretty cool card. So that comes to us by way of the mascots. Well, almost losing my voice because I think there is a lot of heat contained in that box. So what else do we have here? Nordy takes a little spill there, and we've got a big man on ice. That is Kirill Kaprizov. Of course, you need the number 97 right there from Minnesota to always bring the heat for Minnesota. We also have this one right here, a success. This one being the lenticular from Tim Hortons. So why not showcase that? And we are not going to stop there. We've got one other card here to showcase. It is the Young Gun of Kirill Kaprizov. This one being the most recent pull on the channel. And that one is the good Young Gun. It's not the miscut one. So there we go. We've got the Kirill, the Thrill in the back there. And just for good measure, let's showcase an autograph. Superscripts of Cam Talbot right there when he was with the Wild. So why not a little bit of Oilers content as well? Of course, Cam Talbot being a big contributor to the 2016-17 season there when he was with the Oilers. So a little bit of content there for the Wild just to showcase and perhaps entertain Julie Farnum. So once again, before we carry on, Julie, thank you for this shipment here. Now, as mentioned, it is jam-packed with some pretty good stuff. So let's take this one here. This one is a Great Hockey Chase Fat Pack. Now, I have no idea what's in there. There are some, looks to be bricks in there. And I did a little bit of research there, of course, because you had mentioned that. And I just want to share just a little bit, if I can find that by way of my searching on eBay. So it does say the Great Hockey Chase right there. That might be an eBay thing, big pack. And there was a photo that showcased what might also be in here. I think it's there. So hopefully you can see that, read that here. This photo, of course, might be a little too small in terms of the font, but basically it is completely random. Various players, years, and brands. There are a breakdown, graded cards by PSA, KSA, GMA, SGC, and BGS. Not sure which one that would be. 6 Great Hockey Chase packs, 1 to 3 hits per pack. So that is completely random. And we are going to showcase that at a later video. I think we're going to do this in installments. And Julie, you've sent quite a bit. Like, look at that. There is a lot of bricks. There we go. We've got one there. We've got more packs. And this one has, okay, so that one has some extended series, it looks like. There's a brick there. We've got some Series 2 right there, 21-22, and looks to be a pack of Upper Deck Ice. That would likely be a hobby pack, so that's pretty cool. Oh, and a massive brick there with some cards. So I think what I may do is I may just open those up now and then, or sort of do a multi-part series here. I don't think I can do it all in one, and I'm just making sure under that packaging, that paper, there is nothing there. So wow, quite a bit, but there is a note here, so I'm going to just leave those at the end or in the background, and perhaps, excuse me, perhaps there are some instructions. Wow. Sort of, oh, open last. Okay, I will not open that right away. That sort of will, I would say it'll go with the mystery pack, let's say. Unless we put that in at some point. So, April 8th. So, Tuesday, April 8th. This is Daily Catastrophes. And that one is, what is the note there? So, today I knocked a suspicious looking glass of water off the coffee table. Was I rewarded for my bravery? Reader, I was not. So that is pretty cool. Little fluffy kitty there. One of those Royale commercial kitties. And this one says 4/12/25. So I need to bring the glasses down just a little bit. So FYER, thank you for the awesome rack. We had a great time with the Tims, and your business card has been melting everything in sight. Hope you get something crazy from the mystery pack. Your friends Julie, JD, and Tuna. Awesome stuff. So I'll put this note, keep that for my safekeeping, but also it's always good to keep these notes from your fellow YouTubers, collectors, and friends. And Julie's been a magnificent friend, of course, in recent years, and anyone that's on her channel and subscribes to her basically will know that she does wonders when it comes to sending racks and being a part of the card community. So I'm just going to move those off to the side. I think we will open those later on. Why don't we showcase these? This one looks pretty solid. This brick, and this will be part of the unboxing. I think we'll just focus on these cards here, and we will do another part. So we are almost 8 minutes in, and the excitement is ever building, so it's not diminishing by any means. But here we are. We have a marquee rookie of Macklin Celebrini. Now, I don't have the young guns of said player, but that doesn't mean that would be a valuable card. So thank you, Julie, sending me the Macklin Celebrini marquee rookie right there. And that one is numbered 545. That is pretty cool. So thank you, Julie. A little bit of shark flavor here. That is pretty cool. So, Macklin Celebrini, and let's get to the goods. We've got some Oilers content, and I know we'll have some players from previous years that did play for the Oil and maybe have moved on. But here we are. We got a game day. This is one of the game day moments, which are only exclusive by EPAC. So, Connor McDavid. Nothing wrong with that. This one is April 22nd, 2024. McDavid picks up 5 assists as Oilers win Game 1 over the Kings. And at the time of this, the Oilers have already dispatched the LA Kings for the 4th year in a row in the playoffs, winning 4-2, just storming back and winning 4 in a row after going down 2-0 in the series. But that is pretty cool. So Connor McDavid, another game day moments right here. And again, we're talking about McJesus. February 27, 2023, McDavid reaches 50-goal plateau for the first time in his career. And that looks to be a sprawled out Swayman there, giving the yawning cage to McDavid, and an easy goal right there. So awesome stuff. So Connor McDavid, that one is scoring his 49th goal of the season and adding his 50th tally in the second frame as they battled visiting Boston. So first player to score 50 goals in the season before March since 95-96. I think that would have been Mario Lemieux to do it there. Alright, so McDavid writing the record books here in Edmonton. As an Oilers fan, I can't enjoy it more than that. So, can't say enough about the talents of McDavid. We've got Vincent Desharnais, marquee rookie. This one would be one of the pink or matte pink, I believe. And that variety right there. So, it is matte pink at the bottom. So, Desharnais now no longer with the Oilers. Did make a few stints. Ended up in Vancouver and over at Pittsburgh, etc. So, not exactly sure where Desharnais is at this point. But here we are, Matt Savoy. This is a black rookie there. Black diamond rookie, Matt Savoy of Buffalo. Obviously now with the Oilers. And that was a important piece to get in the Ryan McLeod trade. Which I would say worked out well for both players. I mean, McLeod was fast and that was a difficult element to make up for with Edmonton, but they're starting to gel. Now, we have a rookie card again of Matt Savoy. This one would be the portraits of a recent year, so pretty cool. Matt Savoy. Oh, Beehive, that's solid. Beehive did release one of those 5x7s, I believe, or 3x5 was a pretty cool jumbo insert in one of the Beehive packages, and you get, I believe, 5 other cards or 4 other cards that were regular size, but one jumbo size. Sort of like a box liner that you'd see in baseball. That was pretty solid, so Beehive should come back. I think they did well with nostalgia. 168 of 249 synergistic duos, Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl right there. That one is awesome. I love synergy. I just don't like the price point. But that is very cool. That will fit well in my collection. This one is Paul Coffey. One of the minis. That is pretty solid. It's almost like you get these from... What they should do is go back to the cereal sets. You know, put that little card in a box of cereal and you'd build that. I was a big collector of those. Obviously didn't store them well. I mean, there's still some in packs in the wrapping, but they're in boxes somewhere in the basement. Anyway, we've got Connor McDavid here, and that is pretty solid. Just bending that top loader like it's very flimsy. But that's pretty cool. Connor McDavid right there. More McJesus for the channel, and I like that. That's sort of a throwback. That's T18. So that one is from the Upper Deck Extended Series. That's solid. Didn't open too much of that. But I see we've got some Upper Deck Extended over there on the side. And this is one of those acetate cards. Checklist of Patrick Kane and Leon Draisaitl. So pretty solid. I like that. So thank you, Julie. Little bit of acetate action going on right there. And we've got a few more cards, and we're looking good. We've got 13 minutes in the books, so I think we are going to definitely add a couple more installments, maybe 3 or 4 parts. Matt Savoy, Young Gun right there. That is pretty cool. I do not have that, but I do have it now, so thank you, Julie. And what else do we have here? Game day moments, more of that. February 11th, 2023. McDavid records second point streak of at least 15 games this season. So 15 games in a row having at least 1 point, and doing that twice in the same season, bananas. It's bonkers. It's madness. But you get the point. We all know how good McDavid is. Now we got Skinner here. Not too bad. I don't have this card, Fleer. Skinner's sort of fallen off a little bit. Maybe rocky confidence, but you know what? I think he had a very solid year in the playoffs last year, but he just doesn't have it here. Hopefully he finds his game at some point. But nonetheless, it's good to have that in my collection. Ovation, Leon Draisaitl right there. And that one is a very solid design. Ovation normally is the... You get those packs when you buy a certain amount of cards or purchase, and you get that added on. So this one is Ovation as well. Connor McDavid right there. So that will definitely fit well in my collection. Julie, I don't have these. I know these are, as mentioned, pretty tough to get. They're rare. But anytime you send me a pack, there's always cards that I don't have in my collection. As big as an Oilers fan that I am. But you know what? I'm glad to have you as a friend, and Glad to have you as part of the community, the card community, angel, so to speak, as we all know. And we're going to wrap it up there. So I do have a time limit of 16 minutes, but we are just over 15 minutes. Plenty of time to do the outro, but you let me know what you liked about this unboxing. The showcase in the beginning, some of these cards, and the content. I am looking forward to it, so we're going to leave it there. Please subscribe to Julie Farnum. I'll leave the link in the details. So like, comment, and subscribe for all that good stuff. And as always, I'll be back with more content in the near future. Till then, bye for now.